说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hi everyone, welcome to Chinese Pod. This is Fiona.
And this is Gwilym.
And today we're going to be talking about a cycling trip.
Yeah, we've got a little elementary lesson for you guys about a cycling holiday, right?
Do you like cycling? Have you been on a cycling holiday before, Gwilym?
Yeah, I do. A few years ago, me and my friends, we cycled the French Alps. So we went from, we actually went from Switzerland all the way down to Nice in France.
Oh, great. Well, today's lesson will be very useful for you then. And for those of you guys that like cycling, the key word today is 自行车, and that is a bicycle.
Okay, so the tones on that are Z-I fourth tone, X-I-N-G second tone, and C-H-E first tone.
That's correct. So, 自行车. Well, let's listen to the dialogue 3 times. 对话第一遍。哇，小李，你晒得好黑。
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑啦。
怎么样，好玩吗？
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
那有没有拍些照片？
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。第二遍。哇，小李，你晒得好黑。
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑啦。
怎么样，好玩吗？
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
那有没有拍些照片？
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。第三遍。哇，小李，你晒得好黑。
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑啦。
怎么样，好玩吗？
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
那有没有拍些照片？
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。Okay, now that we've listened to the dialogue, let's do the translations. 哇，小李，你晒得好黑。
Wow, Lee, you've really got a tan.
哇，小李，你晒得好黑。
Wow, Lee, you've really got tanned.
哇，小李，你晒得好黑。我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑了。
I cycled for 4 days, of course I'm tanned.
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑了。
I cycled for 4 days, of course I'm tanned.
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑了。怎么样，好玩吗？
How was it? Was it fun?
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
It was so fun, I even ran into a really nice person who helped me fix up my bike.
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
It was so fun, I even ran into a really nice person who helped fix my bike.
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。那有没有拍些照片？
Then, did you take any pictures?
那有没有拍些照片？
Did you take any pictures then?
那有没有拍些照片？有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
Yeah, wait a sec, the photos are on my phone.
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
Yes, wait a second, the photos are on my phone.
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。
Oh, I like this picture, it's so beautiful.
哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。
Oh, I really like this picture, it's so beautiful.
啊，我喜欢这张照片，好美。Now that we've done the translations, let's launch into the discussion. And we'll start from the first line today, and that is, 哇，小李， 你晒得好黑.
Okay, so she's saying, wow, you're so tanned, right? And is she doing it in like is it a compliment or a bit of a diss?
Well, here you hear her tone and it's a little bit hesitant and she's saying, oh, you look a bit tanned. Now, in the West, if you come back from holiday with a glowing tan, all your colleagues are going to be super envious, right? Not so in Asia. Of course, we're talking generally, but overall, people don't like to be tanned in Asia, especially ladies.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed. I've said people look tan before, and I don't get the kind of response I was hoping for. And sometimes on the beach, you see kind of people covering up like Victorians.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So if you do see someone that's really tanned, you should definitely check out whether they like it or not before you go ahead and say, 哇，你晒得好黑. Let's break down this sentence first of all. So the verb here, 晒. S-H-A-I, fourth tone, is actually to bask in the sun, right? Or to dry something in the sun, usually.
Okay, so it's not really a one-to-one translation. We don't really have a word for tanned. Any other uses of 晒?
So most often you'll hear people talk about probably 晒衣服, 晒衣服, and that is to dry their clothes in the sun, right? And the fact that there isn't a one-to-one translation for to tan, right? The verb to tan, I think also highlights kind of the attitudes towards tanning. But in this case, it is to tan. So she says, 你晒得好黑. And here we see the color black, which is 黑, H-E-I, first tone, right? And this is to clarify that this is a change of skin color, right? You're not drying your clothes, right? You've become tan. So 你晒得好黑.
Okay, and how would I give someone a compliment? Because I probably wouldn't say, hey, right?
Okay, so yeah, I bet you guys are wondering the same thing. So if you want to give someone a compliment, especially an Asian lady, you would say, 哇，你好白. You're so pale, you're so fair.
Okay, so this is probably the opposite. If I said, oh, you look so fair or so pale, that'd be quite rude, right?
Yeah, so actually, I would experience this, in the summer, I love to tan, right? So all my relatives would be like, 你怎么这么黑? Like, why are you so black? Why are you so tanned, right? And in the winter, when I was all pasty, everyone would be like, 哇，你好漂亮，你好白哦. If you actually want to clarify the fact that you like to tan in the sun, right? You like to go sunbathing, you can say, 我喜欢晒太阳.
Okay, so you like basking in the sun.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so one more time.
我喜欢晒太阳. So that's what I would always say. And they'd be like, oh, why? So I'd be like, oh, I feel like it's much healthier. Okay, well, let's move on to the second line today. And that is, 我骑了4天的自行车.
Okay, so he cycled for 4 days.
当然晒黑了. Of course I am tanned. Now, this 当然 is very, very handy to express of course, but also naturally, right? Naturally, I'm tanned.
Yeah, so it's D-A-N-G, first tone, R-A-N, second tone, 当然.
当然. Now, I would like to draw your attention to the first part of this sentence, and that is 我骑了4天的自行车. This sentence structure is great to use when you're trying to clarify the amount of time spent on an activity.
Okay, so in this case, the verb that he was doing was to ride a bike. So what's the verb for riding a bike?
To ride a bike, the verb is 骑.
Okay, so Q-I, second tone.
That's right. 我骑了4天的自行车. Now here we see the 了 behind the verb, and that just makes it past tense, right? I rode my bike for 4 days. Now you could apply the sentence structure to any other activity. Let's say it took you 5 days to write a report, right? You could say 我写了5天的报告.
Okay.
Welcome back to another installment of Chinese Pod Trivia. And the question for you is, for what test does Chinese Pod offer preparation services for? Is it A, the polygraph, B, the colonoscopy, C, the HSK test, or D, the CAT scan?
The CAT scan?
Ooh, sorry, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, the HSK test. That's right, Chinese Pod will thoroughly prepare you to pass this rigorous test of proficiency in Chinese. ChinesePod.com/HSK.
And how about you drove your car for 3 days? Because I know driving a car and riding a motorcycle are slightly different.
So for drive a car, you could say 我开了6天的车.
Okay, awesome. So in this case, if you anything that you straddle, like a horse, a scooter, a motorcycle, the verb is 骑.
That's right. So motorcycle, horse is 骑, and for car, remember guys, it's 开车, and then for bike, it's 骑自行车.
Okay, maybe give us one more example with this this phrase. So subject, verb, time, and then the thing that you did.
No problem. Let's say it took you 3 hours to study, right? So you could say 我读了3小时的书.
Okay, so this is a really, really important and high frequency kind of grammar construction in Chinese. So whenever you're doing any sort of activity, just try and make your own sentence using this kind of thing. So maybe I listened to 3 hours of music today. How would you say that?
我听了3小时的音乐. Okay, guys, do practice the sentence structure, and let's move on. So, after him saying, of course I'm tanned, right, you can tell that he enjoys being tanned because it's kind of like proof of his holiday, right? He loves his farmer's tan. She says, how was it? Was it fun?
Okay, so how do you say was it fun?
The way to say was it fun is 好玩吗? Now, you might be thinking, I thought the verb to play was 玩, W-A-N, second tone. Well, that's correct. But if you add a 好 in front of it, it becomes an adjective, right? So was it fun? 好玩吗?
Okay, so you just pronounced it wan, so W-A-N, second tone. I hear other people say it slightly differently.
You can also say 好玩吗? So you can put a bit more of an in there. So 好玩吗?
Yeah, I like to chuck this on every now and then because it's kind of just fun to say. Well,
Exactly, right? It's fun, right? It's fun to say 好玩吗?
He definitely had fun because he adds this intensifier in front of it.
太好玩了. Yes, he had so much fun. Now let's break down the next sentence. 还遇到好心人帮我修车呢. Let's start with this verb 遇, to meet, right? Or to come across.
Okay, really good verb here. So 遇到 is to meet, right? Or to encounter someone.
Exactly. So you can use this when you've, like, for example, if you bumped into a teacher yesterday, you can say, 我昨晚遇到方老师.
Okay, so yesterday evening I bumped into my teacher.
Actually, talking about bumped into, there's actually even a better verb here, and that is 碰.
Okay, so 碰到 is like a synonym of 遇到, right?
Exactly. So 碰 is literally to bump into each other. But if you just want to describe that you ran into someone or you came across someone, you can say 遇到.
Okay, what kind of person did we encounter?
Well, Xiaoli, on his cycling trip, he came across someone that was really, really nice, right? A good person. And today's noun, that is 好心人. 心 is X-I-N first tone.
Okay, so literally a good-hearted person. I would maybe put a 的 in here, like 好心的人.
Okay, well, I see where your question is. So first of all, 好心人 by itself is a noun. Okay, so it means a good-hearted person. But you can use 好心 as an adjective to describe someone with a good heart. So for example, Guillermo, I could say 你是一个好心人 or 你是一个好心的人.
Oh, 谢谢.
不客气.
Okay, so this good-hearted person helps him fix the car. So the verb to help in this case is
帮 B-A-N-G first tone. So 帮我修车. 修 here is to fix.
Okay, so this fix, obviously a really useful word. You can fix your bike in this case, or how about if your phone was broken?
Maybe if my phone was broken, Guillem, I could say 你可以帮我修手机吗?
Okay, so can you help me fix my phone?
Now on any holiday, when you come back, your mates probably want to see the photos, right? Everyone's keen to see what you got up to, any cool pics. And here she says, 那有没有拍些照片?
Okay, so what's the word for pictures or photos?
The Mandarin word for photos is 照片.
Okay, and I've heard you can also add this R on the end
You
of
can
this
say
one, right?
照片.
Okay, so that's a Z-H-A-O fourth tone and a P-I-A-N fourth tone.
And do you know the verb to take a picture?
I think it is pai, P-A-I,
That's
first
correct.
tone.
拍. You can also 拍电影. We share the same verb to take a photo as well as to film.
Okay, I know there are some other verbs for filming, but you can use both for taking a picture and taking a movie.
Exactly. And of course, he's taken loads of photos, but they're on his phone, right?
Okay, so he takes his phone out and how does he say, hold on a second?
He says, 等一下.
等一下.
is literally to wait a little bit, right? So if you want to say, hang on a moment, wait a sec, right? Wait a minute, you can say 等一下.
Okay, so he says the photos are on my phone, but in Mandarin, it's a slightly different preposition.
Here it's 手机里. Li is inside, right? It's inside my phone.
Okay, so he's like, hold on, my photos are inside my phone.
So after he shows the photos that are inside, right? Inside his cell phone, 在手机里的照片, there's one that she spots that she really likes, right? She says, oh, I like this picture. 我喜欢这张照片.
Okay, so it's not 这个照片, it is 张.
That's correct. So the measure word for photos is 张 because they're thin sheets of paper usually. I know now they're digital, but we still use this measure word 张 for photos.
Okay, have you got any other uses of 张?
You can say 一张纸, a sheet of paper.
Okay, and how does she describe this photo? She says beautiful, right?
She says 好美, so beautiful.
Great, okay, how about we get a bit more practice and listen to the dialogue 3 more times?
好的。对话第一遍。哇，小李，你晒得好黑，
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑啦。
怎么样？好玩吗？
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
那有没有拍些照片？
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。第二遍。哇，小李，你晒得好黑，
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑啦。
怎么样？好玩吗？
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
那有没有拍些照片？
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。第三遍。哇，小李，你晒得好黑，
我骑了4天的自行车，当然晒黑啦。
怎么样？好玩吗？
太好玩了，还遇到好心人帮我修车呢。
那有没有拍些照片？
有，等一下，照片在我手机里。
哦，我喜欢这张照片，好美。Now that we've listened to the dialogue again, does it make you want to go cycling, Gwilym?
For sure, it was probably one of the best holidays I've ever been on because it kind of combined a bit of exercise and a holiday.
Yeah, okay. So you 骑自行车, you rode your bike, and did you take some pictures? 你有没有拍照片?
Well, actually, I've got a small story about that. Our friend brought a really good camera, and when we got back from the holiday, we found that all of the pictures were blurry. And we were like, why, Neil? Why are they all blurry? And he was like, I don't know. I looked at his camera. Essentially, he had put it on macro for the entire 2-week holiday. He thought the little flower icon was used for kind of taking pictures of landscapes.
Idiot.
So that's probably my biggest regret, not getting really good alpine pictures.
Oh, it's a shame you didn't get any good 照片, that you didn't get any good pictures. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that little anecdote as well as our lesson today. We'll see you guys soon. 再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
2611.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/2611 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/2611.